All right, so we are doing the holder base. And we're going to start off with construction lines as always. Before that, I want to make sure I've got my snaps all on except for nearest. Awesome. And turn my ortho on as well. So that's good. And I will go to my construction layer as always. XL, enter. And I'm going to line them up with the ones I got here so that it doesn't look weird. So there we go. Okay. For this drawing, my intention is to start off in the right side view. The right side view is definitely the most informative view. And as you can see on our handout, that's the one that's really presented to us. So we'll begin with that. And we'll start right here in the lower left-hand corner. So again, what I am creating right now is the right side view. All right. So I'm going to do my initial offsets, and I am looking at the drawing, not the answers over here, but I'm looking at the drawing, the way it's presented to us there. And you can see probably the most obvious offset first is the initial width of that front view. So, enter 4 1/8 inch. So that would be 4.125, okay? And I'm going to click on the line, and there it is. So that is that initial width of the object. And then there are several widths that come off of that. You can see the first one from the left is 1 inch, and then it's 1 3/8 of an inch. So let's do those. The first one is 1. There you go. And the next one is 1 3/8, 1.375. And then from that point, you can see the offsets go in two directions. One is 5/16 back toward the left, and the other is a 1/2 inch toward the right. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll do the 5/16 first, 5/16. And that's going to be this line coming backward toward the coming back toward the left, there it is, and then the next one is 1/2 inch. There we go. Okay, so as far as the bottom of this goes, that takes care of the vertical lines for us. Now let's do this horizontal line. Let's offset that. Again, starting at the bottom, working our way up. The very first one is this tab. You can see over here in the solution that there's this little tab that's down, that goes down, and that's 1/4 of an inch. So let's do that first. Enter, and 0.25. So I'm just going to hit that guy and drop him down 1/4 of an inch. It's funny how often I type in my offset values and they don't register. I don't know if I have a bad keyboard or what, but I swear it's like 1 out of 3 times it doesn't take effect. Okay, the next one is going upward is 5/8. You can see on the left side of the drawing there that this first corner here is 5/8 of an inch up. So we're going to type that in 5/8 or 0.625, your choice. From this guy upward, there he is. And then the next line up you can see is 1 5/8. So you could type 1 5/8, or you could just type 1 and click this guy, because it is exactly 1 inch up from there.
And then the last height that they give us is the final height of this object, which is 2 5/8 up, or another inch. So I could just click the sky and boom. So the distances between these are both 1 inch. So I can just show you here, do a chain dimension and show you these offsets real quick. So that's 250, and then from there going up 0.625, and then from there it's going to be 1, and then from there it's going to be 1 as well. And I'll do the same for the bottom for you. And I know this is kind of like a little cheat sheet. I'm helping you out here. You're welcome to take a pic of these and use that to speed up your drawing process. There you go. So those are all of our offsets chained on the bottom from left to right and going upward on the other one. Yeah, so that is probably enough information to get us started on this right side view. Let's see what we got. Let's go to our object layer and see what we can do with that information. So that gives us the ability to draw this bottom piece, no problem. The next line up, we need to do an offset of this angled line. And we are given the dimension, it's a limit dimension. We're given a high and a low, a high of 725 and a low of 724, which is a fairly tight tolerance. You know, that's not an easy thing to hit. That obviously the thing that fits in there needs to have a really tight fit. My suggestion, what I'd like you to do is to offset it on the high number. So I'm going to offset this line 0.725. So here we go. O, enter, 0.725. I'm going to click that angled line, and there it is, 0.725. And now what I'm going to do is trim off the little bit that extends out here and extend the little bit over here. That's super easy. You know how to trim, TR, enter, bam, take that off. We don't do extend very often. Extend is the exact same concept, just in reverse. It's EX for extend, enter. And then you just click the end of the line and it will extend to the next closest line. There it is. So again, extend is EX, or you can go up to your modify toolbar and click on the trim command. There it is, and you see the extend is in the drop down menu there. All right, so now we got that in place. We almost have everything we need. The last little bit of information we need to complete this view is how wide that block is on top. You can see here it's dimensioned as 2 3/8. So we're going to do that offset now. So O, enter, 2.375. Click this line and click toward the left. There it is, and I will throw a dimension up there for you so you can see it. It was this one right here, 2.375. And now I can go into my object layer and finish this view. There it is. The right side view is totally done.
Okay, so the next view I'm going to do is the front view. As you can see over here. And in order to do that, I'm going to scoot this over a little bit here. So I'm going to move it and enter, select all this stuff. And I'm going to move it from there to there. All right. Okay, now to do this front view, I think I'm going to make a construction line kind of randomly about here. There we go. And then use it to offset the various widths. So the first one that we are given for the overall width in that front view is 2 3/8 of an inch. There it is. Then from that side, you can see it's 1 3/8 of an inch over to this line here. And then the inside of that C-shaped notch is 7/8 of an inch from this side. So it's looking pretty good. I'll dimension those for you now. So from here to here, oops, missed that. I don't know what it's grabbing on something. Interesting. There you go. So I chain dimension those guys for you. Hopefully that helps out. So again, I think we have, you know what? Actually, in order to do this right side view, I need to bring some information over from the front view. I need to bring over these intersection points of this cutout here. So there's one there and there's one there. And I'm going to need this guy up here and here. So I'm going to need to put in 4 horizontal construction lines and bring that information over. So this one here, uh, right there, and there, and there. Quite a few of them, actually. So now we've got all those points over here. Hopefully we can draw that without getting too lost. And that's just the bottom portion that I'm going to do right now. I still need to do the offset for this block. You know what, I think I'll just do that now, get it out of the way. So that distance is 1.75. Pop that over there. So from the top here it is, that 1.75 dimension, and that's, as you can see, for the width of this block that goes on top. All right, I think we have all the construction lines. Let's see if we can put this thing together without losing our minds here. That guy right there, that's the little tab on the bottom. And then the first face here goes like that. And it goes up to this point here and then down. That this side of it goes up to this line here. And then the cutout, the C-shaped cutout, goes from this line to this line. In between these two lines, you can see there's the start of it and there's the top of it. So it goes from there to there. Now, interestingly, this edge goes all the way down. You can see this edge right here going all the way down. So it needs to be, that needs to be indicated. It's indicated here with an object line because you can see it, but through this face, you cannot see it. And that has to be shown with a hidden line. So I'll just do that while since we're talking about it. So from there to there, that same line is a hidden line. Make sure you put it in straight. All right. So that is pretty much the bottom of this object. Let's focus on the upper portion now. There's this very obvious face of that block. That block on top has kind of a large rectangular face in front of it, and that is that right there. You can see this is the face in the side view here, and this is it looking head on. And then from there, we're just going to kind of connect things, you know, so that's just going to go straight up to there. And this guy's just going to go straight up to there. So all that remains is what this block is hiding. So the face of this block, as you can see here, is hiding this angled line as it goes back. And it goes back from here up to this point here, and that's where it cuts over. This line right here, you can see that's where that angled slot ends. So that's how I know to cut over, and that's pretty obvious if you look in the drawing that we were given. They show that pretty well. All right, and that is that. That's all of the front view. And now for the top. Let's get the top done. So to do that, we're going to need to put the transfer line in place. And I think I'll go, you know, so that these line up well, I think I'll just bring this across so that I know exactly where to put it. And that'll be less confusing for us. Now I can trim this off, get rid of that. And then just bring these lines over. And trim this off first. There we go. Okay. So we are in pretty good shape to do this top view now. I don't believe that we need to add any new lines. I think it's all there. So let's see what we can do. So this is that upper block right now. Do that first, because that's kind of the most prominent piece of the top view. So that is this block. Missed one line. There it is. Got that. Okay. And then the next face is probably this one right here. So this one's pretty obvious. That shows up like that. And then the C shape. The C shape goes down this line, comes out here, does this jog like this. I'll draw it with just an object line. So it comes out here to there, goes in, that's the C shape cutout, comes up here, comes back out, clicks there, and then it's done, right? So that
this C shape is our cutout. But this portion right here, this little bit is overlapped by that block on top. So this little bit in here needs to be drawn with a hidden line. So I'm just going to pull those back and go to my hidden layer and draw those with the hidden lines there, because that part is being covered up. Also being covered up, of course, is this edge of the C, so right there. So that definitely needs to be drawn in. Now that should seem pretty straightforward to you. The last bits that are remaining though are these edges. So these edges down here on this tab down at the bottom, they go all the way through. So don't forget this little tab, and we need to show it in the top view. You can see with these two hidden lines. So you can just follow them up and see it's this one here and this one here. So those are the guys we need to do, and they go all the way across the whole object, from wherever it starts to wherever it ends. And you know what's funny is that I made a little mistake on this one over there. Yep, I did. Just redraw that. There you go. So the mistake I made on this one over here, you can see, is that line, this hidden line should be from there to there. All right, there it is. And guys, that is it for the